they're gonna be rusty. Hey guys, welcome back. Got my daily driver here. It is a 96 Subaru Legacy. It's the base model 2.2 liter single port engine. It's an automatic. I used to get really good gas mileage in this thing because it was so slow that all I wanted to do was just try and take performance to the other end of the spectrum. And it's rated for low 20s, 22, 25. I was getting 43, so I was doing pretty good with that. And then that got really boring, so I threw a turbo on. We've got a Forester intercooler. We've got a TD04 off of a WRX. Homemade intake. It's got a Y pipe that's been modified a little bit underneath. And other than that, this thing's pretty much stock. I put an Outback front bumper on it so that it had something for the big round fog lights. The ones that you previously saw on the Beast over here actually came off of this. So they're gonna go back down in here. Full WRX suspension for the struts and the springs. And it's got some 17s off of an Outback, that Outback. Really just put them on there because I had them. The reason I parked this a year ago is that the turbo started coming apart. If it's not that, then it's something deeper and it's gonna need an engine or something. Hopefully all we gotta do is drop the pan and spray a couple cans of brake cleanup in there, get everything really clean, make sure there's no shavings in it. I should be able to then throw it back together with the new eBay VF39 and make some power. So let's see what happens. Both of these cars are Group 35 size. What that means is this thing's been sitting for a year. Definitely gonna need a battery. I mean, I could charge it up, but it's just gonna let me down. So that one just got a new battery. So with that having a new battery and needing to relocate the battery, I really didn't want to waste one. But it looks like what I'm going to be able to do is take the battery out of the Outback, put it into this Legacy, then I'll have a fresh one. I'll use that as a core, and I'm going to go and get a dry cell when I relocate the battery for that, because you cannot have a typical lead acid battery in the car. You just can't do it. You could have a battery box that's vented, but they have to be really well vented, and it's still kind of dangerous. So the dry cell battery is what I'm going to go for. We're probably going to get an Optima, and that'll go probably either in the trunk or where the back seat used to be. With the single port exhaust, you can see there's just one coming out on each side, and it's not even that big. So when you port this head out, you're just getting it to, you know, even close to what a dual port would have. It's not like you're porting the crap out of it. Here's our exhaust here. We've got the exhaust comes back here, and typically this pipe here would go right back to where this is. Instead, what we've done is we've made, I believe they call it like a Subaru up pipe. I mean, I technically you'd have to buy it from him, but the up pipe goes up here, just barely misses the axle, holds the turbo up in place, and then we've got our down pipe that comes down right next to it. So what I'm going to have to do here is unbolt this 3-bolt flange. I've got to get this oxygen sensor out of here. Right here, we've also got this trans bracket. Once the up pipe's out of there, I can take a look and see what the turbo looks like on the inside. They're going to be rusty. Alright, well, there's nothing in the down pipe. This is the down pipe, by the way. I'm really hoping this turbo came apart, otherwise I have no idea what the noise is. Okay. Alright, so basically this whole time I've been banking on that it was going to be the turbo. Seems fine. I'm going to drop the oil, drop the pan, make sure there's nothing in this, and at the very least get it cleaned up and put fresh oil in it before I were to start it again. At that point, I don't see any reason why not to throw the other turbo on here since I've already got the down pipe off. I mean, at that point, I'm 3 up pipe bolts and an oil line away from just doing it. Now, this isn't 100% clean. I'm not going to send it out to Blackstone or anything, but I want to get an idea of if there's any chunks in there. And I know the only thing in this is a couple of drops of Pepsi. So alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull the oil in because the oil looked clean in the Coke bottle, but I want to see what it looks like when I actually pull the pan, because down in the bottom of this pan there's baffles and things, and that's where the metal chunks would actually accumulate.